physicians, nurses, dietitians, and other people are all on board with this. We have a lot of great medical fitness locations. They're the perfect choice, really, to deliver high-quality wellness programs and to have the referral process because many of them are located in hospitals already. And with 20 years of solid research, the foundation is really built for both good quality programs and some fantastic positive outcomes here in the very near future. So I am actually completed. I see that it is about 10 minutes to 10. I would really like to have some questions here from the audience, and I hope we've got plenty of time here to answer them. So that's all, folks.
Great, Eric. Thank you for the great presentation. We do have a couple of questions. The first one: Will this presentation be available to us? The answer to that is yes. To Medical Fitness Association members, we do record and archive these on our website. So if you are one of our members, you will have access to this and any of the other webinars that we produce at any time. Next question.
Jim, are they interested in the presentation, the actual PowerPoint? Because I can make that available as well.
Yes, we can talk about that. Usually we don't send that out except for members, Eric, but
okay.
We can definitely discuss that.
Okay, tremendous.
Next question. Can you speak about insurance companies covering the cost of these exercise programs?
Well, I can't speak about it in great detail, but as we move forward with the Medical Fitness Association and other companies, we're really looking at making exercise and cancer programs. I don't necessarily want to use the word reimbursable per se right now because we're looking at maybe from the old fee-for-service paradigm. We want to maybe go out and get some contracts with health plans, etc. That's something that's actually in the works. That's probably the topic of another discussion, but that's really something that we've been looking into very, very closely over the past few years. And I think that we would like to make that a part of all of our programs, yes. Details to be launched here very soon.
Great. Eric, while we're doing the questions, if you want to put that social media slide back up, then people can at least copy that.
There we go.
Okay, and then this question kind of dovetails to the one we just had. How do you suggest these programs are funded? Would the participants pay a regular membership fee?
Well, my experience, let me tell you about my experience over the past 3 years. I mean, people who started programs in 1999 or 2002, if they were a not-for-profit center, they would apply for a grant, and I actually made a grant available as part of my education program. And we actually have some groups that would get about $25,000 a year to fund their program. So that was an option. There was an option to get grant monies. And I mentioned here recently that Livestrong Foundation is actually working with YMCAs to do some programs. I don't really know how successful they are. I just know that they've put some money into that. So funding through grants is one option. The lady I spoke about at the beginning of the talk, Karen Hornbostel, she got money from the Susan G. Komen Foundation for all of her programs. But she also concentrated on mostly breast cancer. So you have to be careful that if you're going to get a grant, that you get a grant that's going to be all-encompassing as opposed to only colorectal, only prostate cancer, or only breast cancer in terms of where you want to go. So funding, clearly patient pay. A lot of organizations have had very special memberships for their cancer patients. They would give them half-price membership for a year. They would give them, one fee for the program, and then the next one is free, etc. So you could have self-pay. You can also look for sponsorships. As a matter of fact, I know a lot of for-profit centers that actually went to their local cancer group, their cancer doctors, their cancer organization, etc., and they actually got sponsorship for the program, whether it was $10,000 a year or $20,000 a year. So that's another option. And like I say, the whole issue of reimbursement, healthcare plans, etc., is something that we'll probably talk about in another webinar because it really is all-encompassing. But there are a number of ways to go, and I really feel that that's one of the #1 concerns that most professionals look at, because I've done follow-ups with organizations over 5 years, and I found that the ones that don't get the return of the cancer patients are usually the ones who can't afford it, and they don't have other funding sources. So I really, I say to professionals that you really want to get the type of funding involved in your program right off the bat. And I do think that sponsorship could also be a way to go, because there are also pharmaceutical companies who might be interested in sponsoring these types of programs as well. And most professionals really don't think of a pharmacology, pharmacy company that's producing a drug that would also be involved with a wellness program, but that's not true at all. Many of these companies like to sponsor these things just because they know that it is good for their patients.
Great, thanks. Aaron asks, why did you say that vitamin D reduces the effectiveness of treatment?
Because there are